Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I just wanted to go ahead and showcase and demonstrate one of the new features coming in the next major ReMoDDeD patch. This will be patch 0999BA. And in this patch, we're going to introduce limit breaking, and I'll explain what that means in just a minute. So as usual, if you guys are enjoying this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe, helps everybody out, and definitely be sure to check out the video description below for links to our website, Discord, Patreon, and the mod itself if you'd like. But with that out of the way, let's jump right into it. What is limit breaking and how's it going to affect the mod? First things first, you can see in the top right here, I got a demo character who is at the new max level for ReMoDDeD, which is going to be level 125. However, one does not simply go to level 125. There are limit breaks that you will have to deal with in the meantime. To demonstrate that, I'm going to go ahead and create a new character, show you the entire process, and I will be using some admin commands to speed up the process and let you guys label me as a big cheater. So with that said, let's go ahead and make our demo guy, and let's show you how this limit break system is going to work and what it means for you. So one of the first things you'll notice with the new patch is that your skill tree has been modified. You'll see that skill preview has been changed, so you can feel free to check that out. But you'll notice that there's a new icon, and so we'll just jump right into it. This is your first limit break, and then on the second tab, you got your second limit break and your third limit break. However, you'll notice the required levels on these are fairly high, and they're fairly unique when you start reading the effects. But even if we were at 99, we're not able to invest in that skill until we've limit broken. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I just wanted to show you that these skills exist. However, we're unable to use them quite yet. So the reason for that is because of this limit break system. So I'm going to go ahead and once more, like I said, use some admin commands. I'm going to go ahead and set myself to level 99, and I'm going to show my advanced stats here. And you'll see that there's a new stat that appeared that says I must limit break to level up. So as I mentioned, even though the max level is 125, I am currently capped at 99, soft capped, until I complete my limit break quest. So we'll get into what that means in a minute, but just understand that I can go out and kill whatever monsters I want. So I believe I'm on player 65,000 right now. Let's go ahead and check that. Yep, I am. Part of the multiplayer benefits. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and turn on some cheater modes. Let's put on God mode and kill everything mode. Now, normally, even in Bloodmore on normal, if you're on player 65,000, you're going to get a chunk of XP. But as you can see, that XP is locked, and we're not getting anything. That is because, again, I'm locked at this limit break. Even though it's technically possible to reach a higher level, until I complete this quest, I am stuck at 99 no matter what I do. Doesn't matter if I put on plus XP charms or anything like that. I am not going anywhere. To complete that quest, you can actually go into your cube recipes, and there will be a new tab for limit breaks. In that section, we'll outline, what you need to do to complete the quests. Keep in mind, this is an early edition of this feature. Values and recipes and such are likely to change. You're also likely to see some of this morph into boss hunting and stuff as time goes on. We're just not quite there yet with the nicely tuned bosses and all that, which I think you guys would agree with. So anyways, for now, they'll be mostly item-based, area-based, collection-based, stuff like that. And then, again, we will adapt, upgrade, improve, as we are able to and as we think we need it. But for this first quest, we can see that to complete the LB1 quest, Limit Break 1, that we're going to need 500,000 kills. We're going to need the Domer's Jawbone, and then we're going to need the Mythos statue, the log that we start with, that tracks our kills and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and cheat and tackle the requirements for this so I can show you how the limit break works. But just real quick, even though we're 99, I want to go back to that skill and show you that even though we have the required level, as you can see, we are 99, we cannot put any points into the skill because we have not completed the limit break quest itself. So let's go ahead and get that knocked out. So again, I need 500 kills. I'm not going to bore you guys with that process, so we're going to go ahead and cheat those kills in using the admin commands. And now if I hover over my Mythos log, you can see my 500,000 kills there. So we're all good on that front. Now I do need that Domer's Jawbone. Once more, I'm not going to actually farm for that. We're going to go ahead and cheat that in too. Here's some other items you don't need to worry about quite yet. And then the Domer's Jawbone we care about. So now once more, if we go back to that recipe, I have everything I need. I have my kills, the Jawbone, and the log that we obviously started with. I put all those in the cube, and I will create my LB1 Mythos log completing that quest. So let's go ahead and put all that in there again, 500 kills, the log, and the Jawbone. So once I've done that, I will have my upgraded Mythos log. So you can see it's upgraded in multiple ways. So the stats themselves have been upgraded, giving you a little boost from normal. It now displays the limit break status on there, and you'll notice that now we've completed the quest, we can invest in the limit break skill. So as you can read, this particular skill is the Path of the Cleric, and this is going to be a great help in basically just a passive regen. It acts much like a potion, and so it works on your total life percentage. So regardless of your build or your life pool, you're gonna, definitely notice this effect. And leveling this skill, even though it is costly, with 5 points. With the 5-point cost for each of the first 2 levels, and then 10 for the third, as it shows there. Even though it is costly, this will just be a permanent passive that you can benefit from. And so as you can surmise, as you unlock LB2, as you unlock LB3, you're going to start having different options beyond just your build on what kind of things are important to you, how you want to spread stuff out, etc. But obviously the most important thing about that limit break quest is that we no longer have that angry blue text that tells us that we have to limit break. And so now once more, if I were to go do the same thing, I'm going to go whack on some, zombies and stuff, we can see that I am gaining experience. So I have unlocked my cap, and now I can level up all the way until the next limit break. And the next limit break is going to occur at level 109. And so once more we can see, now that I'm 109, I've hit the next cap, and we got to go through the process again to limit break to LB2 and unlock another 10 levels essentially. And just like before, we can go to our recipes tab, we can see what we need for quest 2, which is 10 rainbow facets, our LB1 mythos, a bag, and a bag with 1,000 gems. So I've already cheated in that bag with 1,000 gems. Well, let's go ahead and cheat in our rainbow facets real quick, and then I'll show you how that works. Alright, I'm sure you guys loved hearing that. Alright, so we got our charms here. I'm going to go ahead and ID them real quick. And so we got everything we need once more. We're going to put our login, our 10 rainbow facets, and then our bag with 1,000 gems. I actually only grabbed 9 because I don't know how to count, so let's go ahead and do that. And so now we have, once more, everything we need for Limit Break 2. And I'm going to go ahead and cube that. Once more, we get our Limit Break 2 log. It's been upgraded again. We get more charm weight. We get some extra stats, all that fun stuff. But I also, it took those gems away as the cost. But just like before, now if we go to our Limit Break 2, we can see we've unlocked our Limit Break 2 skill, which is not as combat focused, but is definitely a big help for itemization and will help you in combat once you take advantage of the blacksmith benefits. But this is one more limit break you can explore, and then just like before, our angry blue text is gone. We are free to level once more. So for the last time, I'm going to go to the last limit break, which is at 119. Here's our angry blue text back once more, and just like always, we can't use the limit break until we've completed the quest. So for the last quest, same as before, we're just going to follow the recipe, and it tells us that we need the Mega Charm. So that's Eddie Rem's Encyclopedia, plus our LB2 Mythos Log, plus the Triumph Scroll, which is the reward you get when you clear Trials 25. It's technically on the 26th level. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and give it what it wants. So there's our Mega Charm, there's our LB2 Charm, and then here's our Triumph Scroll. And then for the final time, we've now reached Limit Break level 3. We are free to level to the max level of 125. There's no issues there. And now we have our third and final limit break unlocked. And we can now feel free to, again, invest in these however you see fit. Obviously, they are quite expensive, and there's only 3 levels. So it will kind of impact, how you decide to allocate things. And like everything in the mod, these will get adjusted in time. Make sure they're balanced, make sure they're fun and engaging, things like that. But as I think you guys will find, they have some very unique bonuses that aren't just like, plus to this number or something like that, which I think you guys will enjoy. And then just a kind of dev side note on this level 3 synergy for Limit Break 3. I truly would not underestimate that 5% value. It is immensely more powerful than it just sounds on paper. So it's just kind of a big deal. I just wanted to make sure that was clear. Don't let it fool you. But yeah. Anyways, with that said, you can obviously see how this is going to shape up. While we want to give you guys more room to grow, increase that level cap, give you a little more skill, possibilities and stuff like that. With all the open skills we have, you can allocate points a little differently, have a little more wiggle room. We didn't want it to be such a one-dimensional system that, again, that 125 is just there and you don't really need to do anything. So obviously, with these limit breaks, it's going to gatekeep you in ways, but it's also going to reward you for that process with new options, new upgrades, new abilities that just simply were not possible before. So just as one quick visual example that everybody can easily relate to, so we got our limit break 2 here for the path of the blacksmith. So again, this is going to be focused on itemization type features, giving you a leg up if you're a blacksmith, especially as a multiplayer capable mod. You might be hunting for certain sub builds, basically. If you're a cleric, maybe you need a blacksmith on your team to make things easier for you, make some badass items for you, etc. Anyways, with that said, if we invest in this path of the blacksmith path, then we go to Eddie Rem, we can see that our enhancement crystals were updated, and we can see that there's now a 4 blacksmiths option, because they do get better rewards from enhances than a non-blacksmith. And so this is just, again, one quick visual example of things that you can see that will just impact the gameplay generally speaking, and allow different options for you. So for low enhances, they get better rewards. For mid enhances, they get reduced requirements. For high enhances, there's no longer a usage limit, but the level requirement has been increased. So that will, again, let you craft some different items that just weren't possible on a non-blacksmith before, and will open up new gateways down the road, just in general with the whole system. So I appreciate you guys letting me yammer along, but I do hope you guys will enjoy this new change, especially as it matures and, we hear feedback from you and stuff. But I think it's a great step forward, and thanks for sticking around to the very end. Take care. Bye.